Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend, and welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2 with the mighty Jingles. Now, when last we left our intrepid heroes, we'd successfully recovered John's son Jack from the clutches of the gangster Angelo Bronte, the power behind the throne in the town of Saint Denis, and in fact we managed to do it without having to kill too many people at all, or at the very least, none of Bronte's men. Dutch, of course, once again just can't leave things alone. Angelo Bronte is a very dangerous man, but Dutch doesn't see that. All Dutch sees is yet more opportunities to relieve people of their money. Bronte has invited us all to a summer ball being held at his city mansion. Dutch, of course, thinks that the invitation was gained solely through his sparkling wit and flashy personality. I suspect the truth is that Bronte has a use in mind for us, and he's going to use this opportunity to show us off to his business partners and his rivals. Before all of that, however, Arthur has a little bit of personal business from his past to take care of. First thing the next morning, there's a letter waiting for him on the map table that was definitely not there when he went to bed the night before.
My dear Arthur, I hope this letter finds you well. I wanted to thank you for your help with Jamie. He and Daddy are still arguing, but I understand that Jamie is thinking about going back to college. Whatever happens, I believe you saved his life, and we are all truly grateful. Oh, Arthur, I have made such a mess of my life, time and again. Why can I not change and be the woman I want to be? Why couldn't you change and be a man and put down all those fantasies that shroud your judgment? Life is very confusing, and I see now that I am not very good at it. I'm afraid we've got ourselves into another mess. It's not my fault, but I need your help. I'm staying at the Hotel Grand in Saint Denis. Oh, Arthur, I know it is wrong to ask you, but I have nobody else, and for what we once had together, I beg of you, even though I am ashamed to do so. Yours, Mary.
Mary's the woman from Arthur's past. She's the one that got away. Back when they were both young and stupid, they very nearly ran away with each other until common sense prevailed and Mary realised that a life as a gangster's mole was probably not what she was really cut out for, and she's here in Saint Denis. This isn't actually the first time in the game that you meet her, although it's the first time I've shown it. There was an encounter earlier on in Valentine where she'd come to ask for your help in tracking down her idiot brother who'd gotten himself involved with a religious cult. However, before Arthur can make any plans to reconnect with his old flame Mary over in Saint Denis, he's going to have to get past Dutch. And Dutch, once again, is up to his old tricks.
Hosea?
Hey, Arthur.
Come on! If we're gonna make it to this party, we sure as shit better clean up a little.
So we're doing this?
Oh, yeah. Old friend Dutch Van der Linde is finally showing his true colors. Social climbing.
Old Senor Bronte, that horrendous snake, has invited us to the ball, Cinderella. So my suggestion is we go and get you a gown.
You son of a bitch.
That's right, Cinderella, you shall go to the ball.
We are ridiculous. Utterly.
I ain't never been to a ball in my life.
Nor have I, if I am being honest.
I used to quite often. There can be fine pickings.
No pickpocketing. We are here to make real contact.
What kind of contact?
Well, I don't know. We'll find what we can. All I know for sure is we are going to a party at the mayor's house, and the guest of honor is the worst crook in town. I'm sure that we will find something.
Okay.
Gentlemen, Luca, I'm afraid the mayor does not allow guns at official functions after last year's incident. Luca here will take you to Mr. Bronte. I believe he is expecting you.
Follow me, gentlemen.
Ah, the angry cow Ciao boys, you arrived. And you've washed per la prima volta questo mese, senza dubbio.
This is quite a party you've invited us to.
Yes, quite something. Although I'm not quite sure what.
So, this is Saint Denis High Society.
Yes, apparently so.
And all these people, these are friends of yours, Senor Bronte?
No, not quite, not quite. But they certainly are afraid of me. Like that one. See that wretch? He's the mayor. Henri Lemieux. He'll do anything for $1, and I mean anything.
Politics is a foul business.
Yes. Oh, and that one too. That is Alberto Fusar. He owns a sugar plantation out on the island, and he comes here to whore and despoil himself. Oh, and that is Hobart Crawley, a Confederate major in the war. I mean, a hero, they say, but this is his very young wife. I mean, a young mistress, that's the natural order of things, yes, but a young wife, it's unseemly. Oh, the Redskins. I have no sympathy for them, because whoever is stupid enough to get tricked by the Americans, no, they get what they deserve, huh? Yes, and a letter to the mayor. Oh, yeah, that'll save you. And that is Hector Fellows. This self-righteous newspaper man. Maybe you will kill him for me one day.
Well, we're not paid killers as such, not in cold blood anyway.
I did not know you were so particular that you wouldn't help a friend.
Oh, I'm willing to help in any way I can, within reason.
I'm going to pretend to understand what that means.
I meant no offense, sir.
None taken. None taken! All these vulgar people. They hate me. Non vedo l'ora di guardarti morire.
Well, it has been wonderful conversing with you, but I can tell that you are very busy, and I won't waste any more of your time.
Yes. Go, enjoy yourselves, and mingle with this vulgar scum. It'll make you long for the days when you could shoot each other and screw cows out on the open range.
Those sure were the days. Good day, gentlemen.
Good day to you. But before you go, what exactly are your plans here?
Well, we've not made any... Well, we are going to need some money.
Money, yes, of course. But there's money at the trolley station. They keep a lot of cash there in the day. Now, I could not involve myself in such matters. But you... As a guest, yes. As my guest, bah, do it, huh? Okay, good day, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Ok, ragazzi, adesso il vino buono.
Yep, Angelo Bronte is a bit of a dick. I mean, speaking as a European, he just comes across as a bit of an arrogant shithead. If I was an American playing this, I'm guessing that his smug, condescending, superior attitude towards the locals would probably have me reaching for my shooting irons. And I suspect that's actually quite deliberate on the part of the game developers. This episode, by the way, in case you hadn't already gathered, is going to be long on plot and story and kind of short on the action. But I don't mind that in Red Dead Redemption 2 because there is plenty of action, and I do like the way it changes the pace. The purpose of coming to this party, of course, was to try to ingratiate ourselves with the locals and look for some opportunities. This is where all the movers and shakers in Saint Denis polite society are gathered in one place, and if we can't find a way to relieve these guys of some of their money, then we're probably in the wrong neighborhood.
It ain't complex, Lemieux. And only an idiot like you, buddy, would try to make it so.
I will not deny idiocy, sir, but perhaps now is not the time.
Typical pansy.
You are drunk, Ferdinand.
I'm not drunk, you fool. But this man loves darkies. Hey, you are pretty drunk. Yeah, hey, what say you and me cool off? Hello?
Now, just in case you missed it from the brief introductions made by, well, not so much introductions, but Bronte standing on the balcony pointing all of these people out. Henri Lemieux is the mayor of Saint Denis. So having the mayor owing us a favour wouldn't be a bad thing. The mayor isn't the only one, of course. There are all kinds of different opportunities for making a profit presented by the people attending this party at the mayor's house. However, in the interests of kind of moving the plot along a little, I'm just focusing on the big ones.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Henri Lemieux. I hope you're enjoying my party.
The mayor.
Allegedly.
There's quite a place you got here.
It's not mine, and the city is horribly in debt, but we can still put on a good show. Do you know Evelyn Miller?
My lord. Ryder?
Well, we seem to have another deranged drunkard on our hands.
Shall we?
Oh, my lord, they're fantastic.
Excuse me, brother. Excuse me, brother. Monsieur, please. Please. Mr. Cornwall was quite insistent, I'm afraid. He shouted down the telephone for several minutes.
Mr. Cornwall is a horse's ass, and a bad horse.
I'm very sorry, sir.
It's not your fault. I'm a fool for trusting him. I'll come in and sign it in a minute. Let me enjoy the fireworks.
Of course.
Please say something about Cornwall. Yes, find out what.
I thought we were done with Leviticus Cornwall in Valentine. It seems not. You know, I realise I've been giving Dutch a lot of shit in the last couple of episodes for constantly underestimating everybody. I mean, that is Dutch's big weak spot. He always just assumes he's the smartest guy in the room. And when we were robbing one-horse town banks and stealing stagecoaches, to be fair, Dutch probably was the smartest guy in the room. Dutch's problem, of course, is that he's gotten used to being the smartest guy in the room for so long that when he is no longer in that position, he just can't see it. At the same time, however, I cannot help but feel that Angelo Bronte is seriously underestimating Dutch. He clearly doesn't really seem to take Dutch seriously at all. He pretty clearly seems to have just written off Dutch, and by extension us, the rest of the gang, as nothing more than a bunch of yokel cowboys. A bunch of rubes from the country, completely lost in the big city. And that certainly might be true of Lenny, hell, it might be true of Arthur here, and it's certainly true of Bill Williamson. But it's definitely not true of Dutch, and it's certainly not true of Hosea. Mingling with gullible rich folk like this is the kind of thing that Hosea lives for. And he's almost certainly got a whole bunch of juicy leads lined up for us the second we leave this place. And hopefully... Ooh, that was close. Hopefully, I'm about to uncover another Leviticus Cornwall. Don't forget, he owned the train that we robbed all the way back at the beginning of this series. And I'm pretty sure he also owned the bank and a fairly large share in the stock business in the town of Valentine. He certainly owned the oil refinery outside of Valentine and was the man responsible for the ambush in Valentine that led to us having to hightail out of that town and head down here to Lemoyne County in the first place. And if he's got his fingers in pies all the way down here as well, it'd be really good to know about it. First, of course, I have to manage to not get busted sneaking around the mayor's house. I've just made a friend of the mayor. It would be a shame to ruin it this early on in our burgeoning relationship. But we really need to know... Whoa! That was close. We really need to know what Leviticus Cornwall is up to down here in Saint Denis. Just waiting for the flunky to get out of there. Something that Cornwall was yelling down the phone for the mayor to sign. And apparently the city is bankrupt. So there's going to be money involved. Let's take a look at this ledger.
Mr. Leviticus Cornwall. Top secret. Extremely confidential. Very interesting.
Okay, that's probably going to be interesting. Oh, hang on a second, there's more. What's this? letter to Angelo Bronte from the mayor. Blah, blah, blah. Money in your debt. Yeah, it looks like the mayor is well and truly in Bronte's pocket, but, well, that's not something we didn't already know. Might be useful to keep. I'll take that with me. Now, I've got to get out of here without getting busted and get back to Dutch and Jose and see what they make of this contract that Cornwall was so keen for the mayor to sign.
Find anything?
I think so. Nothing. This town is a waste of time.
Maybe not. Arthur? Gentlemen, I think we're done here.
What did you find out?
There's plenty of money moves through here, of course, and I think I found out how we can grab some of it. A big bank. Real one, I mean. But not yet.
A city bank?
Maybe. And a stuffed one. If we're gonna leave, that could be the one thing we need.
There's also that trolley car station Senor Bronte told us about, and I heard about a high-stakes poker game. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that trolley car station. I'd be very, very suspicious of any tips given to us by Bronte himself. I mean, if it was worth doing, he'd have robbed it himself.
Here comes Lenny. All right, let's get in. Go home.
I ain't never felt so awkward in all my life. All them folk all so pleased with themselves. Oh, high society's pigeon shit. If you ask me, it's more like torture.
Well, that's sort of the point, isn't it? Let the people torture themselves.
Here's the...
Anybody see you take this?
I don't think so.
I might have an idea. Let me think on it. Interesting times.
I guess. So what's next? Dancing lessons? Deportment?
More along the lines of armed robbery. Jose is handling reconnaissance on the bank. He and Abigail are gonna run some distractions, see how the law react.
Good.
Oh, and I spoke to Evelyn Miller. Fine man. Here helping the Indian chief we saw.
Yeah, I met him too, with the mayor.
He's lobbying officials in Saint Denis on their behalf. Maybe we could help.
Maybe.
Now, I think there's a lot of money on the riverboat. A lot of money. And Trelawney, he's investigating for us. He says to meet him at the Taylor's.
Okay.
One big score down here, Arthur, and we disappear. We are almost heading home.
Where is home?
I don't know. Exactly. But I can smell it. I'm gonna go investigate this trolley thing old Bronte was talking about.
Okay.
Right. Well, everybody else seems to have plenty to do, except for poor old Arthur here. However, there was that letter that he received from Mary, his old flame from the past, who is apparently here in Saint Denis, and quite anxious to meet him again. Now, what do you suppose the chances are that she just wants to see him for old time's sake? Or she needs him to do something? You know, call me suspicious, but I suspect it's probably the latter. But there's only one way we're going to find out. And her hotel, I believe, is right down here. I have to admit, I kind of like Mary. And I kind of regret not showing you the earlier encounter that Arthur had with her. But we're going to at least get to see this one.
Arthur! Up here! You came!
Yeah, I came. So, what do you need?
Wait there! I'm coming straight down! Arthur.
Hello, Mary.
You came.
Sure. Whenever you call for me, I'll come.
Oh, Arthur.
What's wrong?
Daddy.
Your father? I'm a bigger fool than I even thought.
I'm begging you, Arthur. I know Daddy was not kind to you, but surely you cannot hate a man for the sin of loving his daughter and wanting better for her than
me?
than the choices you
What
make.
choice did I have? Did I ever have?
Oh, I know. You had to live by your code. But your code is... well, it's not right.
Has your way been right, Mary? With you? And Jamie joining a bunch of crazies? And hypocritical daddy with his drinking and whoring and gambling? Huh? Is that what a pure life has gotten you? Begging me for help?
Oh, Arthur. Be kind to me. Please.
Sorry.
I should have asked someone else, but...
But I'm the best guy you know at frightening decent people.
It wasn't that I didn't love you, Arthur. You know that. Oh, Arthur. We were so very young. Think how different life could have been.
Yeah, I think about it. A lot. It all seems so long ago and far away now.
Will you help me try to save Daddy?
Come along, Dan. Where are we going? What's the old lovable patriarch been up to now?
Oh, Arthur, you know sarcasm is beneath you. He's been gambling and drinking and other things.
Oh, the filthy rotter. Where can we find him?
He said he was going down to the Theodore Eckhart stables. Something about a horse. It's down by the water in the warehouse district near the train yard.
Come on, then.
Don't be a pompous ass, Arthur. It doesn't suit you.
Oh, should I leave that to Daddy?
Leave Daddy alone. He suffers enough.
Well, I suppose I can take some consolation in that.
No, Arthur. I should have ran away with you years ago.
Well, you wouldn't.
No, I didn't. But... well... I don't know.
So what do you think he's up to?
I'm not sure. He keeps saying it's a disgrace a man of his standing has to ride around on some old nag.
Standing? He's usually falling down.
Arthur. He wasn't always this way, but it has got worse. He's drinking and gambling more than ever, pawning things off left and right, mixing with bad people. I'm just scared for him.
Don't worry too much. Whatever it is, we'll work it out.
You can't really judge Mary too harshly for using Arthur like this, or for using their past relationship like this, because like Arthur said, he is the best man that she knows for scaring decent people. I mean, it's clear that these two did love each other, however long ago it was, but Arthur made certain choices. He lives life the way he lives life, and that's clearly not a way of life that Mary could put up with. It's a real shame because they do seem to be a really, really nice couple. There's genuinely some love going on here. But it's never going to work out, and they both know that.
This is the place. Let me go in and see what kind of a state he's in.
Sure. I'll wait here. Good luck. Scream if you need any help.
Very funny.
You can't stand there.
What, in the street?
Yes, in the street.
Is it your street?
Just get out of here.
Why?
I said, just get out of here.
Listen, partner. I'm waiting on the lady. She's a fine lady. She's just gone inside. If I wasn't waiting on this lady, you'd be dead already. But if you continue to irritate me, I'll kill you. And make my apologies to the lady. It's your call.
Oh, I didn't mean nothing.
been so demeaned in my life.
Apology accepted. Oh,
My own
wait
daughter.
right there.
I have half a mind to kill you myself.
Daddy!
No.
Oh, Daddy, please, come home. You're tired, Daddy, tired and
I have no
unwell.
such thing. You get away from me. You head home. I insist upon it. Leave me be. Damn nuisance.
Excuse me, partner. Still as charming as ever, I see.
Oh, Arthur, he's up to no good. We better follow him.
Okay.
Alright, looks like we're sneaking around Saint Denis again after Mary's very tired daddy. And when she
This
says
way.
tired, she means drunk.
Hold up, Arthur.
You can see why he has such a high opinion of himself. We'll just follow the smell.
Arthur, come on. Come here, quick.
Mind where you go. Mind where you go.
Sorry?
Do you think he saw us?
I don't think so.
What did you say to me?
I didn't say a thing insulting.
I'll wipe that goddamn smirk clean off your face.
Ain't you a little old for brawling, mister?
Damn you!
He's heading across the road.
You know, this is kind of fun.
Shh, he'll hear you. What's he doing? What do you think he's doing?
Well, he's either waiting for a woman of dubious morals, or he's trying to sell something.
So, Ashton, you got the money?
Seems he's selling something.
Have you got the brooch, Mr. Gillis?
Yes. Here.
Here's the money. That is beautiful.
It's a family heirloom.
That was Mother's
Family for
brooch.
years.
Not any longer, Mr. Gillis. Enjoy the money, and should you need any more, I can offer you a loan at a very reasonable rate of interest.
No, thank you. I've heard what happens to folks who take loans from you.
It's not even
I've met
his to
100
sell.
men
No, it's
like
just
you,
a
Mr.
brooch.
Gillis.
At least he didn't get himself
Come
killed.
You don't
Back
understand.
soon enough.
Mother left it to me. You sold my mother's brooch? How could you?
You!
That's theft.
Oh, speaking of thieves, I see you found your outlaw again.
Hello, sir. Have you been well?
Daddy, how could you?
Mary, wait here. I'll go get the brooch.
Don't hurt anyone, Arthur.
Well, you know, I'd kind of like to help you out there, Mary, but you invited Arthur Morgan along here to solve your problems, and, well, when Arthur solves a problem, he tends to not solve it with sparkling conversation. The thing is, Mary, Arthur doesn't have a particularly subtle or broad skill set. If you point Arthur at a problem, that problem tends to either get beaten up or shot. As well you knew when you invited Arthur along to solve this particular problem for you. So if somebody ends up getting hurt, that's pretty much because you pointed Arthur Morgan at the problem.
What the hell?
It's a nice coach you've got here, fellas, and some mighty fine looking horses. I think I'm going to take it. Yeah, you jump off. That's probably the best decision you've made today. Now, I need to have a conversation with the passenger of this coach. And that's probably not a conversation that the passenger is going to enjoy too much, because Arthur is basically a hammer. And that's real bad news if you look like a nail.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's just a brooch.
I want that brooch. It wasn't Gillis's to sell.
I bought it fair and square.
How much do you want for it?
I guess I could give it to you for $100.
How about less?
100? What do you take me for?
Okay. I'm a reasonable man. Let's say 50.
I like the way this is going, but I still think you can do better.
Not good enough, Ashton.
Okay, Jesus! $25, that's my final offer.
Yeah, let me give you my final offer.
Take the damn thing. You crazy son of a bitch. You don't know
You see? I told you he could do better than $25. Right, well, let's go and get this thing returned to Mary, and hopefully she can actually look after it this time.
Where's your father?
I don't know.
You want me to go find him again?
Not really.
Let's take a walk. I'll take you to the trolley.
Thank you.
Yeah. Got you your brooch back.
I won't ask.
Probably best not.
Hey. What are you doing now? Right this moment?
Why'd you ask?
Well, I was wondering if you wanted to do something. Head to the theater, perhaps.
Yeah, you know what? That would actually be nice.
Theater? Me? Sure, why not?
It'll be fun, Arthur. Let's go to the Relure. They have the strangest acts.
Strangeness I can handle. That's the normal business of life. I can't seem to get a grip on it.
You and me both, Arthur. Oh, I've missed you.
Don't start.
You're an idiot, but you'll always be my friend.
Well, of course I'm your friend, but you ain't always fair with me.
If I was fair with you and a good person, I'd have had you hanged a long time ago.
Well, that's true.
So, shut up and act like a gentleman, or at least try to for once in your brainless life.
Nice woman, Mrs. Linton.
Well, look at the company I keep.
I know, it's quite dreadful, isn't it?
It's sort of beautiful, in a gaudy and tasteless way.
It's the only way I know.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm sure. You silly man. Come on, let's go find our seats.
How about here on the right?
Sure.
After you.
There are a number of different theatres in Saint Denis and a number of different shows, and providing they're open, you can buy a ticket and sit down and watch any of them.
Welcome! And thank you for that thunderous applause. I am Aldridge T. Abington, the greatest assembler of entertainment since Nero himself.
Y'all see
Do not
this?
doubt. As a child, when I walked the horse manure-covered streets of Saint Denis, I never dreamed of the stir I would create in this locality
just
as a
starting or
proprietor
not?
Are you
of
in
the
a rush,
greatest
Arthur?
show ever assembled.
Actual player interaction at this point is fairly limited, but you do always have the choice, whichever one you decide is appropriate at the time, to either cheer the performance or give it a damn good heckling. But since we're here in the company of a decent lady, let's sit back and enjoy some of the highlights of the theatre here in Saint Denis.
Better than any packed larder or root cellar full of canned goods. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a truly stunning musical performance to the stage, Miss Robin Koninsky.
Thank you for joining us. Now let's talk a little bit about this place we all love called Saint Denis. They come from Road Strawberry and Valentine, singing a song and drinking wine across Bayou Swamp and over the
that's pretty
sea.
good.
She is actually pretty good. Very strong voice.
If your wagon is broke, get to the blacksmith shop. Don't worry yourself with planting a crop. The girls are wearing a brand new gown. We're heading to the Saint Denis town. Carpet bag is cold.
You can see how this could go horribly wrong.
I hope she stays away from the curtain.
Oh, don't burn yourself!
And of course, it wouldn't be a show in a French town if we didn't have the countdown girls. Yes, Arthur, I thought you might like this.
All right. Well, shall we?
Yes. That was fun, Arthur.
It was.
All right. You better take me to the trolley now, Mr. Morgan.
Of course.
Quite ridiculous, but shame we couldn't stay longer.
Sorry.
Do you get the feeling that there's a chapter in Arthur's life that's ending here?
My life wasn't supposed to... Oh. Is it too late for us, Arthur?
I can't lie to you. I'm a wanted man, Mary. If anyone close to me, well, they're wanted too, and I can't have you wrapped up in that. But it's coming to an end. This time it really is.
Run away with me, Arthur. Run away right now and don't look back.
I want to. More than anything, I want to. But I've got some people I need to take care of. Once they're free, then I'm free. Then I can disappear.
But Arthur...
If we're gonna run away anywhere, we need money. Soon, I'll have some.
I know you won't run away. But it's a pretty dream.
Very pretty, but I will once I get some money. I had some, but then some fool got it trapped into a town that I can't go back to. That's another story.
I'll write you.
Do you get the feeling that Arthur is never going to see Mary Linton again? That this was maybe his last chance to get out while he was still ahead? I mean, it was a pretty dream while it lasted, but nothing lasts forever. And that's also true of today's video, because that is it. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. And as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.